Hey everybody, welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. And I gotta tell you, I've been waiting all day to do this video. We got a lot of moving parts today, a lot of things to cover today, but I think you'll find it very informative. First order of business over here. As of this video, I had 194 subscribers. Had 195, but somebody dropped off. But 194, I can't even believe in this short of time. It's been exponentially growing every day, and I just appreciate all of you guys and gals and anybody who subscribed, viewed, commented. I'm just so honored and humbled by it. And 194, I'll probably end up doing some kind of prizes if I can get to a 500 level, 1,000, all that. But we'll talk more about that as we get there. But thank you ever so much. The next thing that I wanted to cover, I've got a new twist to the channel that I'm going to start as of today. It's called Ken Unfiltered. Ken Unfiltered. You're like, oh my God, what is that? Well, first of all, I got to shout out to John over there at Pro Craps. I was vacillating on what to even call it. Because what I want it to be is it could be just discussion. It could be a QA. It could be me diving into somebody's, craps play, blackjack play, whatnot, where I'm just, looking at it and just giving my opinions. I mean, it could be anything, but I'm calling it Ken Unfiltered, and I'm doing that not so much at the request of John, but at his advice. He shared with me the reasons. He gave me several different names that I could, but what he shared with me really made sense to me. So I'm calling it Ken Unfiltered, and you have no clue what you're going to get per video. Now, it's not going to be scheduled. It don't necessarily have to be, once a week, once a month. It's just when I feel like that Ken Unfiltered, that segment of Ken Knows Gambling would fit. Today fits. Believe me, today fits. But anyway, so John Pro Craps, if anybody haven't went over and watched this guy, I'm really impressed with him, and I'm not impressed with too many folks, but there's about 2 or 3 people I'm really impressed with. And John is one of them. If you haven't went over and watched his videos, if you haven't went and subscribed to him, trust me, I advise you to do so post haste. And I think you'll enjoy it. He's got something over there also called it's not craps in a minute, but it could be, don't pass in a minute or odds in a minute. And literally 60 seconds or less, you get all this stuff. I think that's just the coolest thing. He has a really good vibe over there. Good thing going. So, John Pro Craps, thank you so much. I'm taking your advice, and we're going to call it Ken Unfiltered. I think it's perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. So what is Ken Unfiltered? All right. So I've got 2 segments today. Now, one has really nothing to do with Ken Unfiltered, but I'm going to do this in 2 segments. We'll talk about the unfiltered part here in a second, because that's going to be the second segment. The first segment we're going to talk about is my free picks page. I'm going to change it all. I had a comment. I can't remember who did it, and I'm so sorry, but it made sense to me. They said they liked my earlier videos. They liked me keeping it simple, that's me. All my betting strategies that I've showed you, I just keep it simple, stupid. They're effective, and they work. But it's very, very simple. And he said, man, I just, go back to being simple. Like those early videos. So I'm even sitting in this chair right now instead of in front of that craps thing. But I wanted all the people that go over to my site to look at free picks. I was studying that just because I don't bet the line, doesn't mean that you might want to indeed bet the line. Okay. And so I'm just going everything by money line parlays, and you know what? Everybody might not even be there yet. So here's what I'm going to do. my first segment, I'm going to go to the board and I'm going to lay out how exactly I'm going to change my free picks. I think I'm going to make it simple. I make it where you can do whatever you want, but still know who I think is going to win. And that's really all I need to do is give you the concept. I don't need to spoon feed you, do this parlay, do these teams. I don't have to do it. I can give you what I think. If you want a straight bet it. If you want to buy points. You know, whatever you want to do. So that's going to be my first segment. We'll go to the board and I'll sort of show you how that's going to work. All right. Then the next segment is the meat and potatoes of Ken Unfiltered. All right. There's going to end up being some ground rules and all that, but I'm going to wait till that segment to go over that with you. But I will give you the topic. I'll give you a little teaser. The topic is to hedge or not to hedge? That is the question. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, everybody, welcome back over here to the board. This is our second segment of today's video. In this segment, we're just going to talk about my free pick board over there at Kenknowsgambling.com. Here's the main reason I'm doing this. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the whole thing. Of course, the free picks will always be free. I never charge it. But I've been putting some money lines. People have had questions. You know, hey, where's the anchor? Where's this? Where's that? And I think I'm confusing people. So I'm going to go back to being simple. Another thing that I'm going to do, I don't like betting the line. But sometimes the line's got so many points on it, I like it, but I still probably won't bet the line. But here's what I'm going to do now. If you go over to my site, now I'm not going to start it. Who is that? Sorry about that. Somebody was saying something on my phone. Forgot where I was at. Oh, so when you go over to my site, I'm going to lay this thing out a little bit different. So now you can do anything that you want, but at least you'll know who I like. And I think that's more important. If you ever want to say, hey, Ken, you know, here's some advice. What kind of parlay or whatever, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So, but my website, it's a cheapy flipping website. And I don't have just wide pages where I can just put whatever I want. It's pretty narrow. And if any one of you guys have ever looked at my site on a phone, and you got your phone, you know, vertically like so, and you're looking at my free picks, it looks scrambled. You have to turn it to the side so you have that landscape, and then it'll lay it out, and it's longer. So if you guys are using a phone and it looks funky, turn it to the side. But I'm going to go over what this page is going to look like for you guys. And again, this segment is just for my sports bettors. So if you're not, tune out. You can go away and wait for my third segment. All right? So here we go. So now, as always, we know already how I do Major League Baseball. I'll give you a team. I'll either put a money line there, an over and under, or a -1.5. That means I really like that team, okay? Haven't even bet any baseball in 4 or 5 days. I may start that back here in a little bit, but I still think baseball is so damn volatile. You got to be careful with it. But I'll say MLB, and then I'll give you a pick. Or no pick, or whatnot, and I'll tell you money line, over and under, or -1.5. Then you can just bet that if you want. Easy peasy, okay? Then I have a line under it. Then I'm going to say NCAA. Maybe F for football, you know, but you guys know what that is. And let's see, I don't want to go over on this side. Can't do it. All right, so we got to do it this way. This is why I'm going to call it Ken Unfiltered, man, because it's just turn on the camera and roll. But anyway, I'll say NCAA. You're going to see a team. Then you're going to see the point spread. Now, I won't put plus or minus like I am here. If I think that thing is going to go, if I think that team will beat the spread, you know, I'll say take the +14. You'll see a +14, +21, +35, whatever. I'll put the plus. If you see a minus there, you know, -14, that means I want you to take the favorite. You see a plus, I want you to take the dog plus the point. If you see a minus, I want you to take the minus, the favorite minus the points. Okay? Now, next to it, this is key. Next to it, I may put something on there called buy. Maybe I say, I like them at plus 14, but I think you should buy, and then I'll tell you up or down. So I may go, hey, I like this at plus 14. Then next to that, you might see the word buy. And then next to that, I might go up, buy up. That means I like them at plus 14, but me, I'm probably going to buy them up to 15 and a half, 16, 17, whatever those odds give me and whatever I think I can do. It means I'm comfortable at plus 14, but I'd be really comfortable at plus 17. All right? So you'll see, say, buy, and this is my opinion. You can just do it at the line. I want it, because I think that I was taking some of you folks that are pretty good at the line. You just don't really know which line to do, which team. So I think I was chucking you guys out with the bathwater, and that wasn't fair of me. So that's why I'm going to do it this way. Buy, up or down. Then if you see a P next to that, that means I suggest you might think about putting that team in a parlay. Because if I go buy, up or down, 17, and then put that in a parlay, that means put it in a parlay if you either like it at plus 14, minus 14, or you buy it up or down, but I suggest you put it in a parlay. If you don't see the P, that means I don't suggest you put it in a parlay. It just means you could straight bet that animal if you wanted to. You could string a lot of straight bets together, just single bets. Okay? I do that all the time too. All right? So I just wanted to share with you what this thing's going to look like so you sort of know what this damn thing means before you get there. All right? And I won't change this until after the college football is over on Saturday night. Then I'll probably change it, next week. Okay? But when you see it, you'll know. All right, then I may put another team here, and instead of the plus or minus 14, I may give you an over or under of 68. I'll either go under 68, over 68. That means I feel pretty confident at that spread without buying or nothing. I feel confident at that number. But just as above, I still might put a buy there. Okay, I may say buy it up 2 points, buy, or I may just put the word buy, and that's it. Buy it up. I'm comfortable, let's say under 68, I'm comfortable, but I might go buy. Now, whether you want to buy it to 69, 70, 71, that's up to you. But if I put buy there, that means I'm suggesting you buy, and I'll tell you up or down. Again, I'll put a P there if I think you should do that in a parlay. Then I might have a T and I just go ML. That means money line. That means, screw the points, go money line only. Okay, so if you see the ML, that just means money line only. Again, if it has a P, that's up for parlay. If you don't see it, it means, not too good on a parlay, but okay, so you got what I'm doing. Then I'll go NFL, and I'll do it the same exact way. Now, some weeks I may have a whole lot to give you. Some weeks not. Okay, it's just I'm looking at what I think is good. If I see a lot good, I'll put a lot on there. If I don't, I won't. All right. If I have room, it's not going to be to the side because I don't have the room sideways. I just don't. But then under all that stuff, I may have something called Ken's Play. I might give you a parlay that I'm actually doing, like what I got on there now. It's 100 for 50. But that's what happens when you lay. When you lay, you lay. And I don't mind laying, doing it the way I do it, but I don't want to just put that on there. I'm going to do it this way. But under all that, I may have Ken's Play. Here's a parlay. Maybe if you guys remember that one video when the NFL comes, I'll start doing anchors. So we can do two-team anchors, 3-team anchors, But I might put my play that if you wanted to play it exactly how I have, that's fine, or not. I'm just putting it up. So this free pick thing, y'all, is just for you. You can do parlays, you can straight bet, you can buy them, don't buy them, but at least I'm giving you my thoughts. Okay, the rest of it is just concepts. Okay, you may hate parlays, you may hate doing that heavy lay. That's fine. You got enough ammo now that you at least know who I think is going to win, by how much, and then you can adjust your own self. If you got any questions or you want some advice on maybe some teams that you want to do, hit me up. I'll be glad to help, okay? I don't think anybody's ever commented or said anything to me that I didn't say something back to you. All right? So that's what I'm going to do. If you got any questions or comments, let me know. That's coming up on after this weekend of football. That's how I'm going to change it. Going to take a snapshot of that. That's sort of kind of what it's going to look like. All right? Well, that's it for this segment. And so the next segment, we're going to get into the real meat potato of Ken Unfiltered. And that's going to be to hedge or not to hedge. Back in a second. Well, all right. Hey, everybody. Let's go to the third segment of Ken Unfiltered. Ground rules first. Hedging, I would say, you've got three piles of folks. You got people that believe never hedge. They're going to give you their reasons. Most of them are math reasons, and that's okay. Okay? This is why you should never hedge, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. Then you have people sort of like me. I don't hedge every single time. A lot of it depends on how much money that I have on there, but I'll hedge most of the time. Okay? Then that's me. Then you have people that'll hedge all the time, no matter what. You got $5 on the table, you're going to throw $1 over the O or whatever. And remember, there's really only two things you can hedge on: sports and craps. All them carnival bets on all them other games, that's not hedging. That's just sucker bets, and I'll never talk about those. But anyway, those are the three types of people that you have. All right, well, I'm going to give you my opinion on hedging. And then we're going to let the comments begin. There's going to be a lot of comments. A lot of people are very passionate, just like me. You can tell on some of my videos, I'm very passionate. And I think this is a topic that's going to have some passion to it. But here's the rules. If you want to disagree with me, disagree with me. If you want to like it, like it. But if you disagree with me or another person that's actually commenting on what they think, I don't want anybody blasting them. You can say, hey, I wholeheartedly disagree, and here's why. That's fine. You still have to keep it courteous. I don't want anybody going, well, you're a flipping idiot. Because then you'll just I'll delete you. Or I'll delete the comment anyway. Now, 100% of the time so far, everybody's been nice and courteous. They've disagreed with me, but they've done it the right way. It's open discussion. That's what is so good. It's almost like magic, if you will. And you guys don't know this, but I've been a magician since I've been in the 8th grade. And no, I'm not going to do any magic tricks on camera. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. But I remember back when Penn and Teller, they came up by telling people how to do tricks. And boy, the magician community hated their guts. Boy, you just don't give our secrets out, you sons of guns, and all that. But guess what really happened? What happened was, because some of the secrets were out on some of them old tricks, it caused the new magicians to get more creative. And so subsequently what happened was newer and better tricks were coming out because of that open debate. Because of, hey, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag on this one. And then people had to figure out how to improve it in secret. Okay, but it just caused magic to go to another level. And so they really, really did a good job. Well, the same thing with this. We can agree, we can disagree, agree to disagree, we can do whatever. But I suspect what's going to happen is There may be somebody, let's say that is they hedge all the time, and how you give your opinion. If you're the one that says never hedge, how you give your opinion to it may cause them to ponder and go, never thought about it that way, and maybe they come over to that side, not because you pounded them, not because you beat them up, but because you were logical about it and you were nice, okay? But if they don't ever come over to your side, and that goes either way, if somebody don't come over to your way of thinking, they still go, nah, I still don't like it. That's okay. And here's why I say this. I want y'all to ponder this one. Two guys go into a car dealership. They're going to look for the baddest Mercedes there ever was, okay? So guy A, let's call him John. Guy A goes into the Mercedes dealership and he gets the 450 SL or whatever that model is, and he did all his negotiating skills and he did everything that he thought was correct, and he bought the car for $60,000. Okay. Then a guy named, say, Greg, he goes over and he buys the same exact model. I mean, to the stitch. But he paid $58,000 for it. So now the question is this: who got the better deal? I'll let you ponder on that a second. Who got the better deal? John paid 60, Greg paid 58. Who got the better deal? Here's the answer. They both did. They both got the deal they negotiated for, that they were happy with, and that they were willing to sign the dotted line. When the guy, Greg, when he went home, he showed his wife the Mercedes. He goes, man, 58 grand, man, I negotiated, or I hedged or didn't hedge. Okay, get my drift here? And he did his thing, and he was tickled. Honey, look, 58 grand, I did good. John goes to his wife. Guess what? He says the same exact thing. Honey, I didn't hedge. I didn't. I went and got the deal. I went and did all my skills, and I bought this for 60 grand because I don't hedge, and I'm this guy. Yeah. He's happy. He got the deal that he wanted. Okay? They both won. They both won. So they were both right. To them. Okay? I may sit there and go, well, hell, I'd still rather have 58 grand. Okay, that may be true, but Greg is happy, John is happy. All right, so as long as they're both happy, life is good. So now we bring that back into hedge, don't hedge. Okay? I'm a hedger. Okay? Maybe I bought the car for 60 grand. You know, somebody else is a don't hedger. He's the one that got it at 58. But don't come to me and go, hey, listen, I won $314 because I don't hedge. And I won $298 because I do. 16 lousy dollars difference. But I'm tickled with the way I played. I'm tickled with the way it comes out. I'm glad I hedged. Who cares about that $16 or $50 or $100? It doesn't matter. Okay? So, everybody knows how I think about hedging. I'm going to hedge, folks. I'm going to hedge. Let me put $25 out there. I'm going to put $1, $2 over into Yo. I'm going to do it. That's my theory. It's my logic. And underscore the word my, not yours. Okay? Anybody listening to me that don't agree with it, they don't have to, and I'm not going to call them stupid for it. All right? So somebody that don't hedge, whatnot, they're going to have their theory, and they're going to have their logic. Guess what? It's not wrong either. If they're happy doing what they do, and they do well with it, God love, I'll love you. All right? But that all being said, the question still is hedge or don't hedge. I hedge, all right? Because, and I'm going to give you my reasons, then I'll be done. But you always hear this one. In the long run, math dictates that if you hedge that 11 every roll or the 12 or the horn or this or that, after you get through with a zillion rolls, you're going to be down 1.72%. Who gives a shit? I mean, really, to me, now this is my opinion, who cares? To me, because my logic is this. I'll never roll a million times, number one. But number two, I only care what's happening at that table right that second. The very next roll. Not a million rolls from now. Not what my total percentage would be. I care about protecting my money that particular session. That's why I hedge. Am I right? Am I wrong? To me, I'm right. We're going to see. So, folks, that's the question of the day. To hedge or not hedge, that's the question. I'd like to hear comments, both sides. If you comment to each other, which I think will happen, obviously you can comment to me and tell me why you agree or disagree, and that's fine. But then there's going to be other commentors that do the same thing, and there's going to be some back and forth commenting. Just be nice and educate. That's all. But I think it should be fun. I think it should be fun. So that's my first segment of Ken Unfiltered. All right. Now, that being said, one last topic, one last order of business, if you will. I wanted to share with you sort of some upcoming videos. All right. I got a list of them, but I want to tell you what I'm fixing to do. No particular order. All right. It's just I've got a ton of them. And just so you know what's coming, I'm going to get into Pai Gow poker, the basics of Pai Gow. It's a very simple game. I love the game. So we're going to do Pai Gow poker. I'm going to do a hold'em, a basic hold'em for those that don't really know how to play. If you really, really are good at it, you can skip that video. I'm going to do some more sports videos with all the little tweaks and buying and this, that. I'll do some more sports. I'm going to do roulette. Now, with the next roulette that I'm going to do, and the next blackjack, and the next, maybe the next craps, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do a full spread. In other words, if I'm going to play, let's say, the don't pass, hedging the no 10 and the yo, and I'm just going to do the spread, which is the don't pass line, depending on what the numbers are. It's either 0 odds, single odds, or double odds. I may play that way, or any one of the 4 ways that I play, and eventually I'm going to do them all. But on that particular video, all I'm going to do is get a rack of chips. I'm going to strictly win goals, loss limit. I'm going to play it on video just like I would do it live. And the outcome is the outcome. I'm going to do that with blackjack, roulette, craps. I'm just going to roll them out. Okay, it's going to be like it was live. The money's going to be the money, and I'm going to roll until I get to a win goal or until I get to a loss limit. It ain't going to be, well, this video's long. If it's long, it's long. We're going to roll until there's an outcome for me. And I think people will want to see it because I'm going to do simple strategies. You guys have seen those videos. If you haven't, go back. This is how I play. So however I play these games, I'm going to actually roll it out using strict money management and discipline. Okay, so I've got those videos coming out. I'm going to get into craps a little bit on the right side because I'm a dark bettor. I'm going to get a little bit in the right side using the pass line. I very rarely use the pass line, but I do in some cases. But we'll start doing some of those. And then I want to do a video on not betting the pass or don't pass at all. Because there's times you can just bypass the come out and still accomplish what you want to do. So these are just a few of the videos that I'm going to do over the next, month or two or however long it takes me. Of course, I have been pumping these out pretty quick, but that's just the last order of business. So there we go. The inaugural version of Ken Unfiltered. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, John, over there at Pro Craps. So until next time, y'all, be great.